Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Shilpa Joshi and let's start with second part of decimals. In this video, I will explain you how to convert unlike decimals into like decimal, then addition of decimals, subtraction of decimals, problem sums related to addition and subtraction, and also express as rupees, express in kilograms, and express millimeter in centimeter, meter and kilometer. I will also explain you how to multiply and divide a decimal number with 10, 100 or 1000. So this video is going to be very useful for you. Keep watching. Now we will learn how to convert unlike decimals into like decimal. For example, these are three decimal numbers. First, we will count the number of digits in decimal part. This number has 3 digits in decimal part. This number is just 1 digit and this number has 2 digits in decimal parts. And they are all unlike decimals. And to make them like decimal, we just have to count the highest number of digits in decimal part. And that is 3. This number has 3 digits in decimal parts. So we just have to add zeros in these two numbers so that they will become like decimals. This number is just 1 digit, so I will put 20 so that it will become again 3 digits in decimal part. Now this number has 2 digits, so I will put 10 and now these three numbers become like decimals. Now we can add these three numbers. 3.149, then 28.300, 197.580. Now we will add these three numbers. So in this way we can add decimal numbers. But first, whenever you have to add unlike decimals, you just have to make them like decimal first, then it is very easy for you to add them. Now we will learn how to subtract unlike decimals. For example, 58.9 minus 27.248. See, these are two unlike decimals and we have to subtract them. So first we will make them like decimal, and just to make them like decimal we will count the number of digits in decimal part. This is 27.248 has highest number of digits in decimal part and that is 3 digits. So we have to put zeros in 58.9 so that it will become like decimal. So I will put 2 zeros in front of 9. Now this number has 3 digits in decimal part and this number is also having 3 digits in decimal part. Now I will subtract them. 58.900, then 27.248. In this way we can do addition and subtraction of unlike decimals, but first we have to make them like decimal. Let's take an example. By how much should 32.67 be increased to get 60.1? In this problem sum, there are two numbers, 32.67 and 60.1. And what is the question? By how much should 32.67 be increased? Be increased shows that 32.67 is a smaller number, as you can see that, and 60.1 is a greater number, and we have to add a number in 32.67 to make it 60.1. So simply we have to find out the difference between these two numbers. So we can say required number is 60.1 minus 32.67. But again these are two unlike decimals. So first we have to make them like decimal. So we have to simply put a 0 in this number so that both the numbers will have same number of digits in decimal part. So I will put 10 and now the number becomes 60.10 minus 32.67. Now I have to simply subtract the number. This is 0. This is the answer. The required number is 27.43, which is to be added in 32.67 so that it will become 60.1. Let's take one more example. What is to be added to 63.58 to get 92? Again, 63.58 is a smaller number and 92 is a greater number, and we have to add a particular number in 63.58 to make it 92. So simply we have to subtract these two numbers. So we can write the required number (92) minus 63.58. Again, these two numbers are unlike decimals. Actually, this number is a whole number. So we can make them like decimals simply by putting a decimal point and then 20. Now the number becomes 92.00 minus 63.58. Now I have to subtract these two numbers. This is 10, this one is 9 and this is 1. 2, 4, decimal point, 8, this is 11. So our answer is 28.42. So 28.42 is the required number which is to be added in 63.58 so that it will become 92. Let's take one more example. By how much should 74.3 be decreased to get 26.87? Now look for the keywords. By how much should 74.3 be decreased? It shows that we have to decrease 74.3 so that it will become 26.87. And you know that whenever we have to decrease any number, we have to do the subtraction part. So first we will subtract these two numbers and the required number will be 74.3 minus 26.87. Again, these two numbers are unlike decimals, so I will put 10 in this number. Now both the numbers have same number of digits in decimal parts and now they become like decimals. First I will do the subtraction part. 74.30 minus 26.87. minus 6, then this is 4. So our answer is 47.43. So we can say that if we subtract 47.43 from 74.3, then it will become 26.87. In this segment, we will learn how to multiply and divide decimal numbers with 10, 100 or 1000. As you know that whenever we multiply any number, answer will be greater than the first one. So if I am multiplying 7.54 with 10, answer will be greater than 7.54. And whenever we are multiplying the decimal number with 10, 100 or 1000, we have to just shift the decimal point to the right hand side. And by how many places? We have to count the number of zeros in this number. This number has just 1 0. So I will have to shift the decimal point to one place only. So decimal point will be shifted to this place. And so the answer will become 75.4. This is the answer. In our second example, 84.003 multiplied by 100. 100 has two zeros. So again our decimal point will shift to right hand side up to two places. So this is the first and this is the second. So our answer is 8400.3. This is the answer. In our third example, 0.182 multiplied by 1000. 1000 has three zeros. So again our decimal point will shift up to three places on right hand side only. 1, 2 and 3. So our answer will be 182.0, or simply you can say 182. So we can say that whenever we multiply decimal numbers with 10, 100 or 1000, decimal point moves to the right hand side. We can say decimal point shift to right hand side. And what about division? It is exactly opposite of multiplication. In case of division, if you are dividing any decimal number with 10, 100 or 1000, the decimal point will shift to left hand side. So we can say decimal point and then it will shift to left hand side. And in this case, it shifted to right hand side. Let's take an example. 0.58 divided by 100. First I will write 0.58 divided by 100. Now again I will count the number of zeros in 100, that is 2 zeros. So first I will write 58. Now I have to shift the decimal number up to two places, but there is just one place. So I will put one more zero, and now I can say that this decimal point will shift to two places, one place and two place. So our answer will be 0.0058. This is the answer. As you know that whenever we divide any number, quotient becomes smaller. 0.58 is the dividend and 0.0058 is the quotient, and this is smaller than this number. Let's take one more example. 2 divided by 1000. And you know that 2 is a whole number. It is not a decimal number, but I can write it as 2.0 divided by 1000. Again, 1000 has three zeros. So decimal point will shift to three places in left hand side. But there is no number before 2, but I can put zeros. So I will write 1 and 2 zeros. Our decimal point will shift to three places. It is after 2, but it will shift from 1, 2 and 3. So our answer will become 0.002. This is the answer. So always remember this thing. Whenever we are multiplying a decimal number with 10, 100 or 1000, decimal point will shift to right hand side. And if you are dividing any decimal number with 10, 100 or 1000, decimal point will shift to left hand side. Now we will learn how to express as rupees using decimals. First example is 8 paise. As you know that 100 paise is equal to 1 rupee. Now we have to find out 8 paise will be equal to, we don't know. So we just have to divide 8 by 100. And you know that whenever we divide any number, the answer will be smaller and decimal point will shift to left hand side. So our answer will be 0.08 and now answer will be in rupee. It is no more paise. Let's take one more example. 9 rupees 75 paise, and we have to express it as rupees. 9 rupees is already rupees. We just have to convert 75 paise into rupees. And you know that 100 paise equal to 1 rupee. So 75 paise will be equal to 75 divided by 100. Again, we are dividing a number, so decimal point will shift to left hand side and the answer will be 0.75 rupees. Now we have to add these two rupees, 9 rupees and 0.75 rupees. So our answer will be 9 rupees plus 0.75 rupees. So our answer will be 9.75 rupees. Now we will learn how to express gram into kilogram using decimals. First one is 7380 gram and we have to express it in kilogram. You know that 1000 gram is equal to 1 kilogram. So 7380 gram will be equal to 7380 divided by 1000. How many zeros are there? 1, 2 and 3. So our decimal point will shift to 3 places. So the answer will be 7.380 and now we will write it as kilogram. This is the answer. In our next example, 6 kilogram 8 gram. 6 is already kilogram. We simply have to express 8 gram into kilogram. And you know that 1000 gram is equal to 1 kilogram. So 8 gram will be equal to 8 upon 1000. Again there are 3 zeros. So our decimal point will shift to 3 places. And the answer will be 0.008. And now it is kilogram. Now we are having 2 kilograms. First one is 6 kg and second is 0.008 kilogram. Now I will add these two numbers and the answer will be 6.008 kilogram. Let's take one more example. Express 45 millimeter in centimeter, meter and kilometer. You know that smallest unit of length is millimeter and 10 millimeter is equal to 1 centimeter. So first I will write 10 millimeter equal to 1 centimeter. Now I have to change 45 millimeter into centimeter. So I will write 45 millimeter equal to 45 divided by 10. And you know that whenever we are dividing a decimal number with 10, 100 or 1000, the decimal point will shift to left hand side. So our answer will be 4.5 and this time it will become centimeter. Next we have to change it into meter. We have already changed the 45 millimeter into centimeter and now we will change this centimeter into meter. And you know that 100 centimeter is equal to 1 meter. But we have to change 4.5 centimeter. So it will be 4.5 divided by 100. Again we are dividing a decimal number with 100. So our answer will be smaller and the decimal point will shift to left hand side. There are 2 zeros in 100. So decimal point will shift to 2 places. This is one place. I can put one more zero. 1 and 2. So the answer is 0.045 and this time it will become meter. Now I have to change 0.045 meter into kilometer and you know that 1000 meter is equal to 1 kilometer. So 0.045 meter will be equal to 0.045 divided by 1000. It is just 1 zero but I have to put 2 more zeros. Now decimal point will shift to 1, 2 and 3. So our answer will be 0.000045, and this time it will be in kilometer. So in this way we can express millimeter in centimeter, meter and kilometer. So that's all for today's class. If you like my video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Also press the bell icon for the notification. We will meet in my next video. Till then, goodbye. Keep learning, keep smiling.